According to a Fox News reporter, J.D. Vance is likely the one who was most hurt by yesterday's events at the White House, where Zoran Mamdani and Donald Trump had a brofest in a way that I don't think anyone was fully anticipating. I have some thoughts about all of this, and I'm about to do some analysis. And because this is what Hassan stated, let's start with this. Trump loves winners, according to Hassan Nabi. He is aware that the establishment demons will seem terrible because of his exceptional sense of talent. Tomorrow, he will still refer to Zoran as a communist. That seems correct to me. I've already stated that I believe Donald Trump appreciates Zoran's independence. Zoran is clearly charismatic, and I believe that Donald Trump also enjoys the fact that Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer dislike Zoran. There is a very intriguing dynamic at work, but I don't think anything will change as a result. In my opinion, if Donald Trump wants to try to change things, he could still send the military to New York City. However, for a little period of time, it was similar to how politics used to be, on a level where people would occasionally get along despite their disagreements. That may have been one of the things that people were truly admiring, in my opinion. Donald Trump even went so far as to defend the defunding of police attacks and defend Zoran Mamdani. This takes me to this point since I was wondering how this happened. How was this meeting conducted? How did a member of Zoran's team contact Trump or the other way around? In fact, my friend brought this up. In this clip he adds, "'Tis James or not 'tis James." Let's play a little bit of who his police commissioner is. This struck me as extremely clever.
To maintaining the same level cops?
I've committed over the course of the campaign to maintain the 35,000. That's the head count that we had through the campaign.
And not replace them with caseworkers, social workers?
No, I've said that's the head count that we want. What we need to do is make sure they can focus on serious crime.
And he just retained a great police commissioner, I believe, right?
Yes, we did, Commissioner Fish.
If the newspapers are correct.
That one they're correct about.
He retained, I think, somebody that is she's a good friend of some of the people in my family, of Ivanka, and they say she's really good, really competent. And
Yes, Ivanka Trump and the police commissioner are pals. Now, I'm just speculating, but I believe that Ivanka Trump's friendship with the police commissioner allowed them to meet, and I believe that this was beneficial for both New York and the nation, even if it was only for a brief period of time. I do want to clarify that it has nothing to do with Trump. It doesn't matter now.
Jeffries, have to follow his lead.
well, look, I hope they have great leaders. This is a man that right now I think is focused on New York City. I really think he has a chance to do a great job. We're going to help him, but I really think he has a chance to do a great job. But I'll let you answer that. You consider yourself the leader of the Democrats?
Yes, they simply adored him very much. After all of this, Brian Kilmeade commented on how J.D. Vance must be feeling.
Washington, D.C., that's what we just watched. Now I'm in New York City. We were watching that press conference. I think J.D. Vance is jealous. I think the president wants to use him as a running mate. They really got along fantastic. Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade, lucky enough to fill in for Will Cain. You just saw it, President.
J.D. Vance seems envious of me. I believe the president intends to utilize Mamdani as a running mate. That's probably correct in my opinion. When J.D. Vance saw that, I believe he thought, wait, can Donald Trump act like that with people on camera? Maybe that's how Donald Trump behaved with J.D. Vance. I have never witnessed Donald Trump behave that way towards J.D. Vance, at least not in public. Do you believe that J.D. Vance is responsible for any of Donald Trump's achievements or victories? Not, of course. As he did with Mike Pence and J.D. Vance, Donald Trump chooses people who don't need him and who don't impress him. He will choose those who will never achieve his level of achievement. J.D. Vance is wondering to himself as he watches this, wait, can Trump really smile at you? Can Trump really make you feel better? As this man stated, I believe J.D. Vance will be more knowledgeable than we were. J.D. Vance is incredibly envious. Now, as someone mentioned above, Donald Trump did share these images on his blog, True Social, and there is absolutely no reason to give them a thumbs up. And I think Zoran Mamdani made a really wise decision by not grinning the way we know him. He loves to give and has a great, captivating grin, but you don't get the impression that he really wants to be there, unlike Trump. It's quite remarkable. And all of these were posted by Donald Trump, as I mentioned. Donald Trump even shared a photo of himself with Zohan B. You're aware how you share a carousel of yourself and your pals, and the friends you... The fact that he posted without even sharing a photo of himself is hilarious. He shared a photo of himself on social media. It appears that Zohran received guidance before this day.
There's a highly anticipated meeting that could bring high drama to the White House. We may only hear about it, but never see it. President Trump will host New York City Mayor-elect Zohran Mamdani at the White House this afternoon. And this morning, we're learning about Mamdani's preparation for this high-stakes meeting by calling on some high-profile Democrats like Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer for advice on how to best communicate with President Trump. The president has been...
Okay, pop quiz. When Zoran spoke with Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries, do you believe they followed their counsel, or did they just tell themselves, all right, okay, after speaking with me, he spoke with his team, and they said, hey, okay, here's what Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer said to do. Since I've never seen Chuck Schumer or Hakeem Jeffries act that way with them, I believe we should do the exact opposite. Right now, people are still losing their minds over this utterly ridiculous statement. Right now, the White House is acting in a stupid manner. This was a huge error. This brings me much joy. That brings me great joy. This was uploaded by someone claiming that J.D. Vance was genuinely enjoying himself while watching Trump and Zoran. J.D. Vance wrote, "Poos has a lot of good moments, but this is an all-timer." This is when Trump said it's okay to call Trump a fascist, and Mamdani said, okay, you're a fascist. That was an amazing moment, and I think it's probably one of the top 10 moments I will never forget. I also want to mention how much I adore this tweet. It has nothing to do with yesterday's events, but I do think it's a husband like Zoran and Mamdani, not J.D. Vance. Choose a man who genuinely supports his spouse, honors her decisions, and doesn't take pleasure in making her look bad in front of millions of people. Another justification for New Yorkers to support Zoran. One more. Additionally, he remained his own self and achieved his goals without putting anybody else, especially the woman he married, under the bus. What a wonderful point. While Trump and Mamdani were laughing together, someone else penned J.D. Vance. I just saw Wicked yesterday, by the way. You ought to visit it. It's excellent. And someone reported that after having the time of his life in Mar-a-Lago, Trump was watching J.D. Vance enter the White House.
Hey, Speed, I'm watching your stream.
You try not to laugh.
Are you trying not to laugh?
Stop.
One more. Trump genuinely prefers Mamdani over Vance, even though it seems completely contradictory to everyone else. Mamdani prevailed by himself. Trump does not credit J. Vance in any way for his victory. He probably doesn't give him much thought. Additionally, this is a Timpson's meme, indeed. Okay, that's all I have, though. I will bring you additional items as they become available. At the time of recording, I was traveling to New York. Videos may seem different later today, but they will still be available. I'll see you soon, and keep an eye out for them. I appreciate you watching. Being an American today is fantastic. Farewell.